Bustin'. Giving a shout out right now to SPR, this spot alone, y'all already know what it is. Slauson there. Oh yeah, and don't forget to check my website out too. NipseyHustle.com, SlausonBoy.com, MySpace /Nipsey Hussle.
Charleston White took the stand and testified against his friend, Antoine Doolittle, who sat just a few feet from him and listened intently.
He pulled the hammer back on the gun.
And then what happened?
He fired.
Hey, Nip Hustle. Big shout out to SPR, Spotter Low. You know, I'm in the black box. Had to come through, tap in, show love one time. Yeah, y'all make sure y'all subscribe. Stay tuned. All that.
Not Murda Mook, man. Come on. Jeez, this is hard to take. But I respect Brother Blake's take and don't anticipate that he would make this type of mistake. I'm scrolling through the YouTube streets and imagine my surprise when this title hit my eyes. One of battle rap's greats. Yeah, I'm like, damn, not Mook. Mook got bars. Definitely, he's a legend in his own right. Not really a gangster, but he does get gangster in his persona as a battle rapper. Yeah, I guess he was day one. Yeah, the Dot Mob, they was always had a gangster persona, but he also has a more of a worldly side to him as well. But irregardless, yeah, Mook gonna get on the stage and talk bad about a snitch. So with no further ado, let's see what they say Murda Mook has been up to.
Now, the battle rap community been in an uproar about this Murda Mook situation. People been hitting me up. Hey, Mook got bad paperwork. Mook got bad paperwork. I went to go look at it. I personally went and looked. Now, let me start this off by saying this. This is not paperwork. Not in the sense, it's paperwork because it's on paper. It's documented. It's a court document. But it's not a police report. It's not a police investigation. It doesn't even mention any police contact other than one time. But we're going to get to the specifics of that. I'm saying that because people are running with the narrative like Mook got some sexual charges against him or something, and that's not true. He hasn't.
Oh yeah, it don't matter if you ain't no gangster. If you got that kind of paperwork, you all bad.
That is not true. I looked. I don't see anything criminal. This is a civil document, which, as you see on your screen, I made this the first thing you see as soon as you turn the video on. But as you see on your screen, this is basically eviction paperwork. And not because you're not paying your rent, but because you are considered a nuisance. So we're going to break this down, but I just wanted to clarify that Mook does not have any sexual charges. There is no allegation of somebody contacting the police. You know, there's no evidence of somebody contacting the police. There's an allegation because people saying it, but there's no evidence that somebody contacted the police and said Mook perpetrated anything against them sexually. Let's clear that up. Now, let's get to these exhibits. I want to point out in this document right here, as you can see, as you look up top, it says witness name. There's nothing there. And they got the actual apartment number that this came from redacted. So it's possible that Mook didn't even know about any of this stuff going on because this looked like some anonymous tip stuff. Now, if his girl was served these papers and going through this process, then she might have knew. But, you know, sometimes you get an attorney that will explain stuff to you and not show you the documents. So saying that to say these are anonymous, you know, but anyway, this person is alleging that they were in their apartment. They thought they heard somebody knocking on the door. So they went to open the door, and instead they were able to look across and see Mook having a physical altercation in his party. They heard in his apartment. They heard somebody saying, "Stop hitting me." And they could see that person being banged into the wall. They don't say they saw Mook hit anybody. They said they were saying, "Stop hitting me," but I could see them getting banged into the wall. So it sounded like he was snatching somebody up or something, you know. But Yeah, they just was bringing this incident to the apartment's attention. They don't say anything about the police getting called or showing up. Next, we got a complaint from, I guess maybe this one of the desk clerks or something in the building.
On the same incident? Is it the same incident or a whole nother incident?
Basically saying that Mook was mad at his girl over the type of birthday cake that she got him, and they started arguing, and Mook was...
What was wrong with the cake? Come on, Mook. It's like we get to see it on the inside of the backside. You would think Mook was a more serious nigga than that, man. Come on. Jeter, gratitude is the attitude. Thank you for the cake, baby.
on FaceTime with somebody and put the camera on him like, hey, this the dude that be helping her cheat with me, helping her cheat on me, and woo, woo, you know, accusing him of conspiring with her, and then saying that Mook said that he was holding a bottle for him. But he was telling Mook, no, I gave you the bottle last night. So Mook was probably lit on his birthday, and him and his girl got to arguing, and then he started tweaking with everybody.
Sounds like some sucker to me.
I don't see any mention of any police though. That's what I'm getting at. I don't see any mention of any police. This next one is a complaint from a neighbor saying, hey, I heard some yelling outside. I recognize the voices as Mook and his girl.
On my mama, I ain't been looking at to see if there was any dates on here. So this one is 12/29/23. I ain't see the others. I'm looking to see if he showed another one. Is this the same incident or are these different incidents?
Mook was yelling some obscenities at her. He went outside on his phone, paced back and forth for a while he talked on the phone. Eventually, he went back upstairs, and eventually she came back in. Once again, I see no mention of any police or anything. Now, this is a report from someone who is claiming that at approximately 1 a.m., I heard loud yelling emanating from the 16th Street vestibule. I looked over and saw that it was in Miss...
Now, this seems like a different day. So these are different incidents that all this stuff is happening. Man, that's toxic.
Bolden and Mr. Ankrum. They continued into the lobby where things escalated both verbally and physically and went on for quite some time. I called however you pronounce that, Cooley, who tried to de-escalate the situation to no avail, and the police. When the police arrived, Mook had already returned to the apartment while Miss Bolden sat in the lobby. She refused to press charges or tell them anything. Mr. Ankrum did strike her. So this is a person who's saying they did see Mook and his girl get into a fight, but when the police came, she didn't tell them anything. She didn't press any charges. So once again, no police contact with Mook. I'm saying that to say these are not charges. These are just, you know, tips and accusations coming in from neighbors. This is another complaint. And I want to say this too. I'm not sure that all of these complaints are coming from different people. Nothing says that. So I don't want to put that narrative out like the whole building was just complaining on him. I don't know if this is the same people or different people. But this one says that around 1:10 p.m., they witnessed Mook and his girl arguing. He grabbed her by the neck and tried to push her on the elevator. This person intervened and asked him to let her go. He did, and then he left. No police contact, no mention of anybody calling the police, no charges. Now, this is where the crazy charges stuff comes in at. But this is actually an email from someone who works in the building. Says, I'm not sure how to articulate this, but 332 Mook has been sexually harassing me for months. Ordinarily, I can take care of myself.
Well, now that's an accusation that we could consider bad paperwork if it comes along with some substantiation. Now, it can be just a false claim, but if this leads to some factual actuals, Mook ain't no good.
But he goes way over the line. He talks about things with me that are so inappropriate that I can't even concentrate on my job. I'm good at what
It could be true, but it also could be straight cap, mad at him for a whole nother reason, and utilizing this as a tactic to attack him. There's no way for me to know.
I do, but Gap and many other references are starting to affect my work performance. I just want you to be aware of why I've been distracted. There's a lot more, but maybe we should talk in your office. Now, I'm going to say no woman deserves to be pressured or, forced to engage in any type of sexual conversation with anybody that she don't want to engage in. From the sounds of this, I ain't victim shaming, but from the sounds of this, it was going on for a while before she spoke up. She said, usually I can handle myself. But my advice to women in this situation is speak up immediately, because if you allow it to go on, you may find yourself in a situation where something happens before you get a chance to tell somebody. So I know it'd be scary. You don't know what the results going to be. But at the same time, a shout out to her for having the courage to say something about this, because everybody deserves to know the truth. If this really happened, then she need to put it on the table so Mook could be, addressed and we could get to the bottom of it. From what I see, no charges were filed. No charges were filed, which means at the worst, this was some conversation. This is her version of the story. Mook is entitled to give his. We know sometimes people lie about these types of things. I ain't saying she lying, but we know sometimes people lie. So we deserve to hear, he deserves to be able to tell his side of it. But this is a wild accusation.
I'm sure his next battle, he'll be addressing it through bars.
We got to just keep it real. At the same time, this is not legal. This is not a police report. This is not something that's a part of a police investigation.
We ain't officers or lawyers, so it's just as if a female ran out the room and said he just did this. We don't really care about what the paperwork say. We want to know if the story is factual and actual, no matter where the source of we're getting the information, whether we're reading it, hearing it. We want to know if it actually took place. It don't matter if it's an official document. If this woman is giving a true testimony, Murda Mook is a Mook. He ain't no good.
This is an exhibit that the property owner submitted saying, hey, this dude is a nuisance in my building. So I just wanted to clarify that. Yeah, this was mentioned. This is a real complaint that came from somebody via email, but it's not a charge. So Mook is not facing any type of sexual charges, got any type of sexual charges on his background. This is just a complaint that came from somebody, not one to be taken lightly, but at the same time, it's two sides to every story, and we'll go from there. Strictly because there is no police involvement. Now, if this was a police case, then we have to put Mook all the way under the microscope. But she don't.
Nah, over here in the black box, shout out my boy, Brother Blake, we operate a little different. It's the fact that she claimed it happened, because we not really into the legalities of it, bro. Because our justice, if it's issued out, has nothing to do with what the courts do. A person could be fully guilty of doing something filthy, go through the court system, beat the case, and we still know for a fact you could see him do it with your own eyes, and then he go beat the case. So we don't let them have the final say. So nah. Really, to be honest with you, I'll just say this in general. This whole paperwork stuff came up from the gang culture because there was a snitch issue, and there were times where, just imagine, I land in a place where somebody pull up and he told on you. You're not there. Somehow you communicate to me through via telephone, letter, a kite. You might put a message in the bottle. However, you let me know, oh boy told on me. Me and you got the relationship. If he told on me, he told on you. I'm gonna get at him. Whoever get at him first, that's how we rock. However, how many times can you tell a nigga that? Then you get at him and kind of find out in the long run, he didn't tell on nobody. So when the politics of paperwork really became an issue, it was when it was time to issue our retribution to an individual, and somebody that was there personally convinced or aware that he told was not present, and he still needed to get his issue. Well, we had to have some type of criteria as a community. Well, let's see the paperwork. That doesn't mean a person ain't told if you don't have no paperwork, though.
Don't say that he grabbed her inappropriately
Or did anything inappropriate. What Blake is reading and describing, told anything inappropriate, whether it's on paperwork or not, does not substantiate whether or not it actually took place. Like right now, anything that took place yesterday that's illegal that the police don't know about, it happened, but it's not on paperwork.
or anything like that. She just say he been saying some pretty wild stuff to her, and he going over the line. Mook, tighten up, broski. Don't be, I know you probably off the drink, and she probably be, throwing little passes and shit, but you see how I go. This is how I go, bro. So tighten up for sure, for sure. The thing that's funny about all of this, though, is I guess this was presented to make everybody feel like Mook should be X'd out of the culture, or he should be looked down upon in the culture. And the funny thing about it is the same people who are pushing this are the same people who work with Chris Unbiased, who is a battle rap blogger and has some really, really crazy charges. I'm talking about he got DNA evidence. He really going to court for this right now. Not only does he have these allegations, but there are multiple allegations. There are multiple alleged victims. So it's not like one person is saying he did this to them. It's multiple people saying that this guy did something to them physically, not just words. So it's kind of a dead angle. It's kind of like looking in the mirror. You sitting here pulling this paperwork out on Mook saying this is the type of guy he is. He shouldn't be in the culture. This is what? People saying you change. I'm worried about what you change from, while at the same time working with and promoting this Christopher Gunsby guy. There is absolutely no doubt that you were aware of these charges while you were carrying this guy around, because multiple people have called you out about it. Multiple people have said, hey, what are you doing with that dude? So it's not like you were unaware. You knew about it and you still hung around him. But now all of a sudden you battling Mook, and this is supposed to be some in-game type of angle. Another thing that made that angle crazy to me is the fact that you actually got bad paperwork. You actually talking to the police, giving them evidence against somebody in a crime when you supposed to be, a banger. You still on here talking about what you rep and all of that. So that's another thing that makes that null and void. The whole battle rap community then saw that paperwork and they chose to ignore it as well, saying that paperwork don't matter. This is battle rap. So I'm pretty sure they gonna take that same position again in this case. If not, then they questionable as well. Speaking of questionable, Cassidy, you sitting up here with a rat talking about paperwork and what's bad paperwork. I'm starting to question your street nigga credibility, man. Your credentials is looking crazy. It's looking real suspect, bro. You literally sitting up here with a rat talking about who got bad paperwork and who real, and man, I can't even get into that. The paperwork against Mook is paperwork because it's on paper, but it's not like no police reports or no investigation even. These are complaints that were filed by like a desk manager. You know what I'm saying? He just keeping logs of it. One of the emails did come from a worker. I don't see anything showing that led to personal charges, criminal charges. But again, that's just her side of it. Who knows? Like I said with the guy that Mook said was holding the bottle for him. He said he held the bottle, but he gave it back. So it's something more to these relationships that Mook got with these people in this building. Maybe they was just trying to get him out of the building, because this last document is basically a letter to Mook's girl saying, hey, we have gotten word that you got somebody living in the apartment that's not on a lease, that's not supposed to be there. We need him out of there. She in some type of program, and they saying, hey, look, we need him out of there. He not supposed to be there. So that tells you what type of proceeding this was, what these complaints was really about. I'm not disregarding that sexual complaint at all, but it's not a criminal charge, like I said. So to say he should be done because somebody said something, well, hell, we don't know, but to say he should be done for that, but not be done with dude who got the actual criminal charges, a real victim who has come out online and spoke out against him and asked people to stand with her, and people saying, well, he deserved his day in court. Wow, this dude don't even have a day in court coming. This is not even a criminal case. That's crazy. But, it is what it is. I'm going to go ahead and wrap this one up. I just wanted to bring this to y'all. Y'all was flooding me with do the Mook paperwork. What's up with Mook paperwork? What's up with Mook paperwork? Man, it's not paperwork, man. That's all I can say. But yeah, I'm going to wrap this one up. I appreciate y'all tuning in. Make sure y'all hit that like button before y'all get up out of here. Like, comment, subscribe, all of that YouTube stuff. It's your boy Byron Blake. I'm out.
You can talk about it, better be about it. One thing for sure, they gon' see about it. Your family might have to grieve about it. Yeah, better stay on point, stay strapped, don't leave without it. Cause I'm here to sound, they don't leave without it. Your family might have to grieve about it. You can talk about it, better be about it. One thing for sure, they gon' see about it. Your family might have to grieve about it. Yeah, better stay on point, stay strapped, don't leave without it. Cause I'm here to sound, they don't leave without it. Your family might have to grieve about it. First 48, I ain't tryna be the 48. I be tryna be the murder case, so I gotta keep it on my waist, yeah. First 48, I ain't tryna be the 48. I be tryna be the murder case, so I gotta keep it on my waist, yeah. Keep it for protection. Don't know me, don't know you, act up, I'ma show you it's best that you get to stepping. If the tool come out, it's gon' shoot, no, it's all rules. Don't pull it if you ain't gon' use it, God, why you made niggas so stupid? I spend my mind, I'm losing, get on my grind, stick to it, put in overtime, shit booming. So addicted to touching them racks, been bagging and flushing them packs. Been grip, no, I ain't going back. I get low on the pole, that's a fact. Let the hood, but still stuck in the trap. Let them die, can't fuck with no rats. Do or die where I'm from, how I live. Even when I don't got, I still give. Always been the one they could call on. Shoulder to lean on, could fall on. But I had to focus on my own. Shit changed, got a family of my own. Even when I don't got, I still give. Do or die where I'm from, how I live. Let them die, can't fuck with no rats. Left the hood, but still stuck in the trap. You can talk about it, better be about it. One thing for sure, they gon' see about it. Your family might have to grieve about it. Yeah, better stay on point, stay strapped, don't leave without it. Cause my hitters out and they don't leave without it. Your family might have to grieve about it. First 48, I ain't tryna be the 48. I be tryna be the murder case, so I gotta keep it on my waist, yeah. First 48, I ain't tryna be the 48. I be tryna be the murder case, so I gotta keep it on my waist, yeah.
Let me get you on camera. Where you from?
California.
No, for real. You know, I'm serious though.
Watts, baby.
I know where you from though. Where you from?
Eastside PJ Watts.
I'm from Grace 2 Rock, nigga.
Right.
They call you, homie?
Big Slice.
Big Slice?
Yes, yes.
All right, nigga. They call me Puto, cuz.
Right.
Wasn't that puzzle. Big shout out to SPI, Spotter Low. I'm in the black box. Had to come through, tap in, show love one time. Yeah, y'all make sure y'all subscribe. Stay tuned. All that.